It is now right around 5:45 p.m. on Wednesday, August 6, 2025. I've made at least 3 videos this afternoon regarding the sickening, overpowering amounts of cigar and marijuana smoke and the violent slamming and banging that have been coming from the bathroom of 78 intermittently over the last few hours, occurring most of the time when I have gone into my bathroom to try to quietly use the facilities in that bathroom. The slamming and banging is not random. It is very directed and activity specific and surveillance based, and only occurs when I go into my bathroom to try to use the toilet or to prepare to take a shower, which was what I was doing at 1:15 p.m. when I quietly went into my bathroom for the first time in over 24 hours and was encountered by sudden violent fist pounding against the wall behind my toilet as I was quietly trying to use that toilet. Then the water to this tap started to stink after I had been using it for an hour and a half without any smell coming out of it. But all of a sudden, when I started using it to try to fill up clean water bottles that I then used to rinse off with in the shower, when the water to my shower suddenly starts to stink like feet or like vomit 20 minutes into my shower when I'm clean and covered with shampoo or soap and trying to rinse off, then this water suddenly started to stink like feet and vomit. So then I went down the hall to the common bathroom. The water to that tap did not smell like anything. And now there's something very nasty in this water that is causing it to literally cause my skin to burn, to literally burn. Like it feels like you're putting your hand under some kind of acid. So I'm just letting the water run because I don't know what is, there we go. Now my hand is burning. I have to like literally dunk it into a tub of water that doesn't burn. So then it's not water. If it causes your skin to suddenly burn within moments of contact, and then sticking it into another tub of water that isn't contaminated causes the burning to stop, then obviously there's some kind of toxic chemical being leached into the tap to this sink, along with a whole bunch of stinking, foul-smelling, effluent substances, of which I can only speculate. It smells really nasty when it does come out. But the reason I'm making this video now is that it is in the 60s outside. It's really not that cold, just a little bit cool. 69 degrees right now at, what time is it exactly? Like 5:40 p.m. Let's see here. So we've got the Boston weather. Yeah. And I have the window wide open. It's a little bit breezy, a little drizzly, and there's heat in the pipes. So I couldn't figure out why all of a sudden I was like insanely hot. And no, I don't get hot flashes regardless of what age I am. This is not a hot flash situation. This is a verifiable digital temperature, clinically, diagnosed basis kind of hotness. Yeah, 81 degrees. And I have the window wide open and the AC has been cranking all afternoon. They have the heat on again. They had the heat on last week when it was 93 degrees outside. And when the temperature would go down at night to like 72, the temperature in this unit would continue to remain at 88, 89 degrees. According to my digital thermometer, that is not a hot flash. My digital thermometer is not the one that is lying, right? So they have the heat on. And so after 3 days of sending emails and voicemails to the Greenville group last week, that the temperatures outside in Boston were below 72 after Wednesday evening, and the heat in here continued to be in the mid to high 80s. They refused to do anything until I called Inspectional Services on Friday, filed a complaint against the Greenville group for excessive heat and having the heat on in here, and then they turned it down on Sunday, which was Sunday, August 2nd or 3rd. Sunday, August 3rd. That's when the Greenville group finally turned the heat down after having it blasting for 4 days, where the temperature in here was not only 86 degrees, but then the temperature in the hallway was even hotter at 88 degrees, when the temperatures outside in Boston were in the 60s on Thursday and Friday of this past week. Now the temperatures are back in the 60s and the heat in here is already on. We are in August. Why do they have the heat on in the middle of summer? Because they're insane. That's why. They're the ones who are crazy, but it's funny because they call everyone else crazy. They call everybody else who is verifiably, factually correct in their criticism and complaints against the Greenville group. 82 degrees in here right now, but hey, it's 69 degrees outside and I have the window open and the air conditioner going. So who's having a hot flash? It's not me. It's the Greenville Group's heating system that's having a massive psychotic hot flash in the middle of August. This is nuts. So because it tends to be hotter in the hallway actually than it does in here. Let's see what the temperature is in the hallway, even though it's 69 degrees outside. It's 82 still. Tends to be hotter towards the back of the floor. Let's see what the temperature is over here. 81. Yeah, so it's 84 back here. It's really hot back here, and they clearly have the heat on the floor. I don't know why it's so hot, like in the hallway. 84.2, and it's 69 degrees outside. Why do they have the heat on? 82 degrees in here, and this is a giant 2-story high vaulted area that should be cool. It should be taking on the temperature of the outside because it's huge and vast, and it takes a lot of energy to turn the temperature of this area to something that isn't already happening outside. Oh, it's 84 degrees in here as well. 83.8, and I'm pointing it straight at the ceiling. Yeah, the only thing that's having a hot flash around here is the Greenville Group's dysfunctional and completely dysregulated heating system that cranks the heat in the middle of July and August and then can't heat this place at all when it's 10 degrees Fahrenheit outside and absolutely freezing. 84 degrees. So I'm not even going to bother letting them know that their heating system is cranking once again for the second time in 3 days when the temperatures outside are cool but not cold, and they shouldn't have their heat cranking because they're wasting a lot of money. I mean, that's their dime right there. But it's causing me to have to keep the window open and the air conditioner cranking. I shouldn't have to have the air conditioner cranking when it's 69 degrees outside. It's not that cold, not that hot. We don't need the heat on right now. Okay, Greenville? Yeah, I mean, it cools the area right here. You have a cool breeze when you stand here. You have a cool breeze when you stand in front of the window, but then you step away and it turns into, 83 degrees right here. What is it here? 82.2. They have their heating system back on again, and it's literally like a sauna in the hallway. I'm sweating right now, and I have the window wide open. I should have a cool breeze running through here, and that open window is not making a dent in the wall of heat that seems to be right here, thanks to the Greenville Group's dysfunctional hot flash episodic heating system that blasts the heat in the middle of the summer for no apparent reason and is wasting a lot of money and resources, not for me, but for the Greenville Group, and that's their problem. They're the stupid idiots who keep blasting their furnace in the middle of July and August, verifiably. So let's get inspectional services in here to see how hot it can get when they blast the heat to the 4th floor in the middle of August when the temperatures outside are, 69 to 72 degrees, which is just absolutely ridiculous on the part of the Greenville Group.